Hey y'all, so basically I'm doing a story time on how I met my baby daddy, how I found out that he had another baby on the way, and how I got jumped while I was pregnant, and how this nigga almost missed my baby being born. So first things first, I want to say this is long overdue. I've been wanting to do this, but I had to get a lot of stuff in order first so I could be able to speak upon the stuff I want to
Hey
speak
y'all,
on.
so it's time to go back outside with the movers and the shakers. And this is the story about how my homegirl set me up to be robbed. So y'all know I have to give y'all a little backstory every time I tell y'all a story so I can catch you up on everything.
Girl hit me up and
So
say,
I'm gonna take
girl, I
y'all
was
back.
so broke. I got myself into a illegal rug and people operation in another country. We won't say the country. And so she says she was looking for a job for 3 months. Couldn't find nothing. She applying to every agency, every job, every local job board, like maybe get some like one-offs or something like that, but nothing.
Okay, y'all, so part one of both of my friends messing with the same guy, and I end up telling one, and they both turned on me. Okay, so I was cool with these two girls named Brianna and Nicole. Brianna was always the wild one of the group. Always loud, always trying to be the center of the attention.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got even more wild stories lined up for you, and trust me, you do not want to miss these. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop a like on the video. It really does help the channel more than you know. Alright, let's get into it.
Hey y'all, so basically I'm doing a story time on how I met my baby daddy, how I found out that he had another baby on the way, and how I got jumped while I was pregnant, and how this nigga almost missed my baby being born. So first things first, I want to say this is long overdue. I've been wanting to do this, but I had to get a lot of stuff in order first so I could be able to speak upon the stuff I want to speak on. I had to get documentation, files in place, injunctions filed. Thank you. And another thing, everybody likes to assume who my baby father is. Who y'all think he is not who he is. Because my baby is light skinned, and they like to say my baby eyes far apart. Like this nigga eyes that's not her dad. I'm gonna say it again, it's not her dad. There's somebody I previously dealt with in the past, and because my baby red, hold on, let me. Because my baby is red does not mean that's her daddy. My dad's red. My siblings are red. Thank you. What green eyes? Okay, so basically I met my baby father November 2nd, 2024. I have like video proof of everything. I met him at, we gonna call my ex-friend, we gonna call her Boiled Egg. I go to Boiled Egg house and I'm there with 3 other of my homegirls. We gonna call her Big Lips, Tall Girl, and then it's me. While we at Boiled Egg house, Big Lips like she get on the phone with some niggas and they end up popping up or whatever, and it's like 4 of them, it's 4 of us. Y'all know what the fuck that is. Me and my baby daddy end up being the ones that kick it off for real. So for the past 3 days, we keep linking up at Boiled Egg house. While we at Boiled Egg house and shit, me and him just steady communicating, but we communicating and hanging out without the group. Low key, like he pulling up to my house, we chilling and shit like that. We smoking, we just vibing or whatever. It was times where I would hang out with Boiled Egg, Big Lips, and Tall Girl, and the other 3 niggas would be there, but mine wouldn't be there. He'd be like on the road or whatever, be on the phone back, but I would always be on the phone with him. So I guess it's like day 4, we end up going to my house, even spending the night or whatever. We fuck. But I forgot to mention, Big Lips did say that my baby daddy had a girlfriend who passed away. Guys, I did not know how she passed away. I did not know any of this until I met him. I ended up finding out that she passed away through suicide. I would like to say suicide thoughts or whatever should be taken very seriously. Mental health is real, and I feel for her and her family. Now let's get to the fucking juice. I was with this nigga for a month. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I got pregnant fast. I got pregnant fast. Every time we was fucking, I'm talking about every single time we was fucking. Every single time we was doing the do, he was exploding in me, basically. We got children around me. He was exploding in me. He ended up going ghost for like 2 weeks. When he go ghost for 2 weeks, I was contacting his homeboys like, where he at? Like, he good or whatever. They was telling me, yeah, he was good, whatnot. I was contacting him, blowing him up. Honestly, the reason why I was blowing him up is because I was pregnant. He ended up saying like, yeah, okay, my job, we was trying to get pregnant. Like, he wanted it, I wanted it. That was just some shit we was doing. I never got to meet his family really. I like met his like siblings like a little bit here and there or whatever, but nothing too serious. He ended up being like in a relationship with this girl while I was pregnant. I did not know about. I ended up finding out on Christmas Day. On Christmas Day, Boy Egg sent a picture in the fucking group chat and say she back with such and such. I don't know who such and such was. I zoom in on picture, it's actually my man. Or my baby daddy, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. My baby daddy, her in the picture, they matching pajamas, they booed up. I'm talking about booed up. So I end up calling him, I call her, the girl, I'm texting her on Instagram or whatever. I guess me and her done fell into this unspoken ass beef because of that shit. So I'm gonna skip all the little knickknacks and shit, but we was going back and forth on social media, like posting little slick comments back and forth or whatever. And mind y'all, she from down south, I'm way from up top, so I'm not used to like knickknacks or whatever. I'm like, let's fight. You feel me? So I've been trying to like do that, but she ain't trying to do that. You feel me? So we let it be. One day I'm at his house because I went back to him because I'm pregnant. I'm at his house or whatever, and she pulled up. Mind you, ain't nobody in the house but me. She walked through the door. I don't know how she got in the door. I guess the door was unlocked or whatever, but she got in the house. While she in the house, y'all, all I see is this in the bed while I'm butt ass naked. I'm like, who the fuck is that? I'm thinking it's him. I'm calling him by his government name saying, get that camera out of my face. Whole time it's her. So she on the phone with his mom and sister. But you just told me that you. But you. What the fuck? So his dad girlfriend was also there in the other room, and she was like telling her like get out or whatever because me and her started arguing. I'm telling the girl to get out. She telling her to get out. She ended up getting out or whatever. I think like a couple of days later, she popped back up while they're there, and she walk in the house or whatever. I don't know how the fuck she got into the house. I guess they said she was missing a cup that she wanted back. I don't fucking know. But yes, guys, she knew I was pregnant at this time. Yes. Before I finished this conversation, yes, she knew I was pregnant. I proceed to go. She walk in the house. She going crazy. I'm going crazy. I'm throwing shit. She throwing shit. My baby daddy holding me on the bed. His family trying to get her out the house. All type of shit. So I'm getting on the phone with my people. I said, I'm finna walk out the door. He talking about walk outside, walk to the back door. I'm like, no, I'm walking in the front because if my people show up, I'm going in the front. Whole time she's standing out there with her people. I go out there. She trying to hit me with a scooter. She ended up hitting somebody else. Boom. Me and her start fighting, y'all, because she hit me. She ran up on me. A pregnant girl, yes. She ran up on me. Me and her start fighting. Her sister run up on me. So I'm fighting both of them. Then out of nowhere, I don't know if her mama jumped in or not. I don't know. But boom, it felt like 3 hoes was hitting me. So I'm on top of the sister, you know. My BD, I guess he jumped in, whatever the fuck he was saying. And yeah, that's how that went down. I ended up going to the hospital, checking on my baby, checking on me, making sure we good. They told me I was good. I went home. Y'all, I ended up going back to his house for one more day. Then I went home to my house. And he ended up having to leave his daddy's house because of the situation that broke out, because it was a pregnant woman just got hands put on him. So he had to leave. He ended up moving in with the girl who hit me. So I swear for God. Y'all might think I'm lying, but I promise he went back. He went back to the girl that put his hands on me and his child while I was pregnant. His sister was saying shit like, oh, she should have kicked the baby out your stomach. Like, basically just wishing death upon me and mine. Okay, y'all, so now fast forward, I ended up moving into a new place because I found out that the girl knew my address because he gave her my address. So I ended up moving or whatever, and he used to come into my mom's house, to my house, but I would never see what he was driving or how he was making it to my house or my mom's house. He would always pull up with flowers or trying to just have a conversation or rub my belly, and I was trying to, like, we was trying to peep what car he was in. So this, I didn't know he was back with a girl until me and my mom, we like, okay, we finna just watch the camera one day because he said he was coming. Y'all, he pulled up in the girl car. I'm like, this Nissan. This Nissan. So yeah, I asked him about it. He lied again and said it wasn't a car, but basically I already knew it. So now we going to the next subject, y'all. Is when I found out this man had a baby on the way. Yeah, so basically I found out he had another baby on the way because my homegirl boy Ed called me and she like, why the fuck they saying he got another baby on the way? I'm like, what? Contact his sister, contact everybody. They like, no, we don't know nothing about that. Y'all, why I didn't even tell him that I knew anything about it. I let him pull up to the house. He ended up pulling up to my house and I'm talking to him or whatever. And he like, he merged it on my daughter. He merged it on our daughter and said on the more, he don't got no baby on the way. That's not his baby. Y'all, I called his sister, asked his sister, why the fuck? Y'all, brace shot motherfucking self when I say this. Why the fuck is the girl his sister auntie? Come back for part 2.
Hey y'all, so it's time to go back outside with the movers and the shakers. And this is the story about how my homegirl set me up to be robbed. So y'all know I have to give y'all a little backstory every time I tell y'all a story so I can catch you up on everything. So I'm going to take y'all back to a few months before I got robbed. So I got to take y'all back to before my daughter passed away. So all this started at the end of 2019 when I was looking to purchase my first home. So I ended up moving out of my apartment because my lease was up and moving into my dad's house with my dad because I was getting ready to purchase my home. So around this time, my baby daddy hit me up. He was in prison and he had a cell phone. So he hit me up and he was like, hey, can I have my son's phone number? I would like to talk to him and build a relationship with him. And me being the type of mother that I am, I was like, sure, no problem. I gave him the number. So y'all, within 2 months of this man having my son's phone number, my son started to become a totally different child. If you knew my child, he was always, very respectful, very soft-spoken, good kid in school. And after I gave him my son's phone number, my son started to get disrespectful. He started to fail his classes. He wasn't doing his homework. Like, he just became a totally different kid. So because he was getting in trouble, I started putting him on punishments. I started taking his phone. I took his game. I took his bike. Like, he played sports, so he would have to sit out of the sports. Just consequences for your actions. So one day we at the house, and I asked him to help me with my daughter. And he said, you do it. That's your baby. So y'all, I end up spanking his ass that day. You ain't gonna talk to me like that. So a couple days later, DCF and a police officer showed up at my house because they said that they had got a report that I had been abusing my son. So y'all, when they showed up at my house, I snapped. Like, what the fuck you mean I've been abusing my son? This little boy is very well taken care of. Like, spoiled beyond spoiled. So I'm snapping on the DCF and the police officer and stuff like that. And I'm actually finna get ready to leave my house. So I tell my son to come get in the car. And when I tell him to come get in the car, he start going crazy, screaming, telling the police, no, I don't want to go with her. No, I don't want to go with her. She gonna beat me. She gonna beat me. So the police that was there end up calling a sergeant. So when the sergeant come, he like, we just gonna diffuse the situation. Is there anywhere else that he can go for the night, or is there anywhere that you can go for the night? Let's just separate y'all. And at first I'm like, hell no, y'all not separating me from my child. Like, I ain't done nothing to him. Like, he's very well taken care of. And they're like, well, we need to do an investigation, and the way that he's acting like he's scared to go with you. So I think it would just be best if you guys separate. So I'm like, okay, cool. He can stay here with my daddy, and I'll go stay at my homegirl house because she drive trucks, so she was gone on the road. So I had already took his phone and everything when he got in trouble before. So I was like, when I get to my homegirl house, I'm gonna go through this phone and see what's going on. So when I get to my homegirl house, I go through my son's phone. And when I go through his phone, I go through the messages between him and his daddy. And y'all, my goodness, a fuck nigga gonna always be a fuck nigga. In the messages, I see that my son he's still been sneaking and using the phone, contacting my baby daddy. And he complaining to him like about his schoolwork and about stuff at the house, and if he don't do this and he don't do that, he gonna get in trouble. And my baby daddy is telling him like, you don't need that homework in the real world. You shouldn't be doing it anyway. Don't worry about doing that, because when you get grown, it ain't gonna matter. He also telling my son stuff like, your mama evil. That's why I never been a part of your life. She's always kept me from you. And I've never kept him from him. You have been in and out of prison his whole life from the time he was 3 months old. You done did 2-year bids, 4-year bids, 5-year bids. Like, you never been out. And when you was out, you was running the streets so hard, you didn't have time for your children. I'ma just give y'all an example. There was one time I had went to jail, and my son was getting ready to start school. So when I got out of jail, I had $218 to my name, y'all. So I called my baby daddy, because this was one of the rare times that he was not in prison. And I'm like, hey, listen, I ain't got nothing but $218. I just got out of jail. Can you help me get Janai's school clothes? So he said, yeah, meet me at University Mall tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So I'm like, okay, cool. So y'all, the next day we go to the mall and it's 3 o'clock and we waiting on him, and he don't never show up, and he stopped answering the phone. So I had to take my last $218, y'all, and let my baby pick out some shoes and get him a couple outfits. And then the next day I had to take the clothes back to the mall and get my money back. I had to take them $218 and go get me some work, jump back outside with the movers and shakers, and flip, so I could go back and buy my son some school clothes and have some money to maintain my house. That's the type of stuff I had to do with this man. Okay, so back to the story. So a couple days go by, I'm staying at my homegirl house, but I got an open DCF case that they investigating, and I'm getting ready to go down and sign the paperwork for my house. So while I am there signing the paperwork for my house, I get a call that my daughter has been in an accident and I need to hurry up and get to the hospital. So I leave there and I rush to the hospital, and by the time I get to the hospital, my daughter is unresponsive. And she ended up being in the hospital for 5 days. Longest 5 days of my life. And when I tell y'all my baby fought, she fought hard, y'all. She fought hard, and I was on my hands and knees praying every day. Praying, like just hoping for any kind of miracle. And in those moments, y'all, I knew how my mama felt when she was on her hands and knees praying and begging the Lord to save my life. I found myself reciting the same words that my mama said. Lord, take me instead. Spare my child. Just take me instead. Like, just begging God. But at the end of the day, she ended up succumbing to her injuries, and she passed away after a very hard fight on June 1st of 2020. So at this time, my daughter has passed away. I have an open DCF case because someone has called and said that I'm abusing my son. And when my daughter passes away, they send DCF to the hospital to do an investigation about that also. And then I have to start planning her funeral. So they end up clearing me of everything. And y'all gonna have to come back for the next part. I just come back.
Welcome back to another episode of Nanny Tales. When people DM me their nanny stories and I tell it on their behalf, this episode is going to be called Allegedly, because all of this is alleged, okay? The girl hit me up and said, girl, I was so broke, I got myself into a illegal rug and people operation in another country. We won't say the country. And so she says she was looking for a job for 3 months. Couldn't find nothing. She applied to every agency, every job, every local job board, like maybe get some like one-offs or something like that, but nothing consistent. So she said she looked in her email and it was an agency hitting her up. But she said she don't remember ever putting no application in with this agency. But she looked it up and it said personal assistant / nanny needed for international family. And she like, I don't remember doing this, but hell, I need some money, so let's see. So that was the first red flag she said she ignored. She never put the application in here. But so she hit the lady up. Yes, I'm available. They hop on the call and they say, hi, we have a family. That's what they're looking for. You would be more of a personal assistant, which is why that title is first versus a nanny. Like they take care of their own kid for the most part, but they do need you to step in from time to time. And so she said, okay, so what is the assistant job? What does that look like? She said, well, first and foremost, you will be running a lot of errands for them. So like whatever they say, you will be like taking stuff to the post office. You will be like laundry, grocery shopping, making sure that, you know, the food in the house don't run out, like making a log of that. So she's like, oh, okay, these are like regular things. Even though she never applied to even be a personal assistant, but whatever. She's like, let me hear you out. So she's like, yeah, and like basic nanny roles, that's basically the role. And they are in another country, this country they're in. Do you have a passport? She said, no, I don't have a passport. She said, no problem. The family is willing to cover all expenses, even travel expenses. You will be a live-in nanny. And she said, okay, what's the salary? She said the salary is $147,000. So now she's shocked, amazed. She said everything that she once heard that was negative and a red flag is very much green. And it's saying, go ahead, go ahead. And I said, girl, that was probably furthermore of a red flag, because why is you paying me this much money to come from my country, the USA, to your country to run some errands for you? Whatever. So she said, she's like, okay, damn, how would I meet the parents? Because I'm sure I'm not going to get on the plane to go meet them, come back to the USA, then go back. And she was like, no, we'll do a Zoom. They want to do 2 Zooms. They want to do one Zoom with the mom and the dad, one Zoom with the mom and the estate manager, because you would be working with the estate manager more than anybody, but the mom would be like second. So it's always the people with the full staffed houses at this point. But she's like, okay, cool. The Zooms go good. She said they were really nice. Nothing alarming. Like it didn't look like they was faking it. Just like told her the same thing that the agency said. So she's like, okay, cool. So they say, so when can you start? You know, we're looking for somebody to start, you know, pretty soon. Like soon as you get your passport, let us know. And like maybe a week or so after that, we could get you a flight here. And she's like, okay, for sure. Gets off the phone with them, off the Zoom with them, calls her mom. This opportunity, I'm getting this much money. The mom like, whoa. Stop. No, don't go. Like this is like dangerous at this point, because who does this? Who's offering this type of money for, like, no, don't go. This feels illegal. And she's like, well, are you going to help me pay my bills? And I said, well, but this your life. But anyway. And so she's like, her passport come in a matter of weeks or whatever, and she's on the plane off to this new country. And so she gets there, and it's a driver, and he's holding the sign with her name on it. And she's thinking, because everybody was so nice on the phone, that the driver was nice. No, she said the driver was kind of cold. Like, hello, welcome, get in the car, and the family's expecting you. So she's like, maybe he's just being professional. Maybe, you know, it's just his job to get me from A to B. And so she gets to the house. It was super big house, she said. And she go in, and the estate manager and the mom is there. And they're not as warm as they were on the Zoom. They're not completely cold, but just more like stern. And so they're like, welcome, how was your flight? You know, well, let me show you where you're going to be staying, because she was a live-in nanny / personal assistant. But she said, let me show you where you're staying. They take her over, and they said, first, we, you know, just want to clarify what I know the agency said you'll be running errands, but the man that picked you up, he would take you to run certain errands. And the nanny work and all the other stuff, we would provide you with a car to get that stuff done. And so she's like, that's weird, because what the fuck is the big idea? But she didn't say nothing. She was like, okay. And so then they say, well, now we need your phone and we need your passport. They said, we need that phone because internationally you're going to get charged a shitload of money. And so use our phone. You can log into your Apple ID and everything. But we just trying to save you the surcharges of being international. And we need your passport because people have lost their passports and it's hard to get back to America without a passport. And I'm like, are you telling me that you're going to take it and make it hard for me to get back to America? Or like, what's going on? But she said all she can hear is her mom in her head saying that she should never did this. And I agree with her. So she said, where's the baby? She said the baby's at dance class. But right now we do need you to start running those errands. So she said that the driver is going to run these errands with you. That's going to be these errands. And you're going to see the protocol. So listen to everything that he tells you to do. He is a man of little words. So whatever he say, just do them. And so she's like, again, just get her stomach just sink down to her feet. Like, this is some shit. They don't even give her the tour of the house. They showed her where to put her shit down and get to running errands. She get in the car with the driver. And the driver say, we have two things to do. We have to stop at the postal office and we have to stop at the airport. Mind you, she just got from the airport. At the postal office, he's like, gives her a passport. Now he said, don't open it. Just give it to the attendant. It's your passport. Now, how did you get my passport? If they have my passport. But she said she's so loopy in the brain that she didn't even she's like, maybe they gave him the passport. She's not even thinking about that. He said, just hand them the passport. They will know what to do. And you sign your name. That's what you're really going to do, is sign your name on these packages. Don't ever drop them in the mailbox. Always sign your name and priority mail the boxes. And so she's like, okay, she go inside to give the lady the what's the name. Now they didn't say what lady. She just give it to a lady, and the lady, another male person, look over. She's like, whoa, let me. I'll take care of this. I'll take care of this. It's like my packages. And so she's like, she thought again, this is strange. What's the big idea? I just need to sign my name and you just take the package away. Boom. Drops it off. Give the woman a passport, whoever passport. Sign the package. Give the package to the lady. And boom, out the door. On the way to the airport. Gets to the airport and it's another girl coming. She said, who are you? Right? And so she's like, oh, hi, I'm the housekeeper. She said she could have swore that she's already saw a housekeeper in the house. And she was like, oh, I could have swore I met a housekeeper or seen a housekeeper when I was just at the house. And the dude in the driving the car, he was like, yeah, we need the family hires because people want to go back home. And so they just kind of go through house workers because people want to go home and so they have to be replaced. And she's like, again, not a good feeling in her stomach, but she's like, okay, whatever. So she gets to the house and they take her to a whole different direction than she going. So she's like, she don't even know where she's going and what the fuck they got going on around here for real. I'm gonna have to make a part 2. This is part 2 of the nanny tale, allegedly. Okay. So she said she at the house. She don't know what's going on. But her first mind is telling her to just play dumb. Just go along. Don't ask no questions. Don't do anything. Just go along. So she said eventually the next day comes. That day in, and she meets the little baby. Little girl is 1. One little girl. She's 1 year old. Sweet little girl. So finally that day was a regular nanny / personal assistant day. She did indeed go grocery shopping. She did take the clothes to the laundry. She did take a kid to the playground and cook her lunch and all that stuff. And so she everything felt right. No new people came, no deliveries the rest of that week. But then the next week came. And then into the week, they okay, today we need you to do another delivery. And so she said, again, she's not thinking anything of it. They've given her not the people, the driver is giving her the passport. She is getting the box. She's walking in. And she said the driver would normally walk with her to the door. I forgot that on the first one. Walk her to the door of the post office, I guess, to make sure she don't open the package or open the passport. Go in, then he'll walk back to the car. Go in, she's seen the lady The same lady was like signaling her, like, come to me, come to me. She give the sign it, walked back out, and then went back to the airport and got another housekeeper. She said she looked almost identical as the last housekeeper. But she's saying like these young ladies had to be maybe 25. And she's like, they're not looking like housekeepers. Like, y'all not looking like. And so she's like, they in the car, and she's like, how did you find this job? And she's like, oh, like somebody reached out to me, basically her story. And she was like, yeah, she was like, oh, like they just hired a housekeeper. And I think like at this point now they have 2. So for them to have 3, I mean, maybe, and who's to know how many housekeepers they have? Like we kind of, she's like chuckling like, yeah, when we, got in the house, they kind of took the last housekeeper her way and I went my way. And then the driver was like, you don't ask other people these type of questions. Like the family don't like that. You mind your business. Like you can talk, but you don't ask these questions. And she's like, at that point, she knew something illegal was going on. And so she's like, the weeks went on and she just never thought she would go. She would get the package. I mean, she'll get the passport. She'll get the package, drop it off, sign, drop it off, and then go to the airport and pick up somebody that is doing something in the house, right? And so she said, finally, the week came where she just couldn't. She said she did this for 2.5 months. She said she just couldn't. Something in her was like, open the fucking passport. Like, why do you believe that this man in this car have your passport? Why do you think it's your passport? So she said she finally goes and she walks her to the door. He has the passport. She has the passport, has the package. She sees the lady. She hands the lady the passport. The lady hands her the passport back. When she takes it back, she act like she accidentally drops the passport. As she's picking up, she's seeing it's not her passport. It's some other woman's passport. And she said it all just started clicking to her. And then it started clicking to me. They was using that fucking passport, I think, as a key way to know who was gonna smuggle or send it out to get. It wasn't never about the signature. The signature was to cover them, I think, to cover whoever's sending it out, because then they will come looking for you, not who name is on the pack, who signed for the package. And I think the passport was like, hey, this is my package. And I think the post office people was in on it. And we were both, going back and forth. She's like, yeah, I do think they was on it, because why do I only have to go to that one person? Why can't I have anybody? Why can't I show this passport? And, and so then she says she goes to the airport again and pick up another housekeeper. She goes, as she's walking in, she sees a man not being nice to one of the housekeepers. And they're like in a place that like where everybody, I won't say the foyer, because it was like, she said like, she was trying to explain like, it wasn't the front room, it wasn't the front door, but it was like a hallway in between where you come into the house, a hallway, and then the living area. So they was like in this hallway where she say like they dispersed, like she went one way and the housekeeper went the other way. And he was just like not being nice to her, like not being nice to her. And he was like, where the money at? And she's like, I don't know. I tried. And she said after she heard that, she said she waited to like calm down, told them people, hey, I have a family emergency back home. I do have to go. And she said they didn't give her no problem. They didn't argue. They didn't fight. They didn't do nothing. They said, oh, okay, let's give us a minute. We'll go get your phone and we'll go get your passport. No problem. And so she said she opened the passport to make sure that motherfucker was hers. Straight up, because then they'll be using her passport for somebody to get the packages. But yeah, she said it was so crazy. And this is all alleged, by the way. But yeah, she said it was all so crazy. And I was like, damn. But she said she did get paid nice. But I'm sure she did. If she was doing part of the operation, you did get paid nice. You got paid real nice. And they got paid even nicer. But she said she felt sorry for the girls because they was just coming. And I said, people know people need money. And so that's how they get you, because they know you need some money. But yeah, the passport and the post lady being in on it, that was really like a turn. I said, oh my God, this one's crazy. But yeah, that damn, y'all, don't just be going overseas, okay? Don't do it. Don't go to a different country for no nanny family if it ain't legit. Listen to your gut.
This man was consistent about one thing and one thing only, and that was being inconsistent. Going ghost for 2 weeks while she's pregnant, pulling up with flowers like nothing happened, lying about whose car he's driving. That's not confusion. That's someone actively managing multiple situations and hoping nobody compares notes. The flowers and belly rubs were just damage control. Christmas Day, finding out through a group chat picture, in matching pajamas. That detail alone tells you he was fully committed to that other situation while stringing her along. You don't do coordinated holiday pajamas with someone you're just casually seeing. Then the girl coming into the house while she's pregnant and it escalating to a full fight outside. Both of them are ultimately victims of the same man's dishonesty, but redirected all that energy at each other. That's something I see happen way too often. The sister wishing death on the baby, though, that crossed a line that has nothing to do with relationship drama anymore. That's just dark. Now, this story about this girl and the nanny stories is wild. How desperation can completely rewire your brain. Like she said it herself, every red flag turned green the second she heard $147,000. That's not stupidity, that's survival mode. And I think a lot of people would do the same thing. But that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. People who run these operations know you're desperate. They find you when you're at your lowest. The no application thing should have been a full stop moment. You didn't apply somewhere and they just have your info and are offering you an international live-in position. That's not a lucky break. That's a setup. Period. The way the warmth disappeared once she actually got there. On the Zoom, everybody was lovely, friendly, reassuring. Then she lands and it's cold, transactional, rushed. That shift is deliberate. The nice version of them was a costume worn specifically to get her on that plane. Taking the phone and the passport at the same time is the move that really got me. Either one alone might have a believable excuse. Both together, that's isolation. You can't call for help and you can't leave. Those two things together are the whole trap. The "we go through workers because people want to go home" line the driver said casually is honestly chilling in hindsight. He basically described a cycle of people trying to escape and just said it like it was normal turnover. Such a small detail, but IDK why I'm stuck on the hallway. LOL. Is it something like a Sally port? I'm wondering. The package and pickup first day was suspect. I would have got sick so fast and need to go home now.
Y'all, I just got a hey boo text. And it remind me exactly why I am single. Or why I be dogging these niggas out. Anyways, guys, boom, this how it go. I'm chilling at work. I get a text. It's this my man. From an unsaved number. I go through the previous traps. It's a trick, whole time. And so I let her know respectfully. I text her back. I'm like, hey, hey. I basically just told her I didn't give a fuck. That's exactly what I said. I said, to be honest, I really don't care. Because this not a man I'm frequently talking to. This is not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not even in my roster. It's not even on my mind. It's an unsaved number. You didn't even make the roster. You weren't even good enough to get your name put in a chat. Anyways. And so I let her know that, and then, you know, I'm just asking her, like, I don't know what she wants from this, but, like, that's not my man or anything. I'm not in dealings with him. And she texted me talking about oh, you're mad, da-da-da-da. And so I started low-key going in on her a little bit, because he did mention some girl that, you know what I'm saying, like, just calling her a bum, saying this and that, like, saying that he was in dealings with a girl a couple months ago. And now I don't even know if this is the same girl, because she only told me that she didn't talk to him for 2 months. I haven't talked to him in at least 4, 5, 6 months, so I don't know who that other girl was, but he's making them all crazy. But not me, because I never gave up. And so I call her. She's going off on me and him, because they're still together in this active moment. This is all happening. And so then she's going off. She's like, he has STDs. He has like this. He like strap. He wants like all this stuff. Just going in on this man. And I'm just like, whoa. I never been to this man's house. None of that. Like, the first day we met was the first time I ever met him. I never knew he existed. We met in person in real life. We went and hung out again. We went out and had some drinks, and that was that. We were downtown. No cars, no nothing. Like, nothing happened. Not a hug, a kiss, a handshake. And so whatever, cool. She hangs up right after she goes off on both of us. So I call back. Now he got a hold of his phone back. And so now he's trying to convince me. He's like, oh, she's lying. She broke in. She's in back. You just ate my pussy. You just all this rah rah. And messy on me. Like, I don't really care about this man or nothing. So I'm just trying to get down to the bottom of it. Like, if I really was dealing with this man, I probably would have just hung up, been mad at him, and just called it days. But since I'm nosy and I don't care, I had to know what was going on. So I'm all like, because, and this is what I found out later on. They're legally not supposed to be together. He's on a whole ankle monitor. She has a restraining order against him, but I decided to stay out of that because, I've been seeing people I'm not legally supposed to see. So, it is what it is. But if you only been talking to this man for 2 months, you already have a restraining order on him. He already gave you STDs. Why are you holding yourself hostage? Like, I would get it if it was, no, I wouldn't get it. But yeah, so she's just going in on him, and he's just saying, oh, she's lying. I'm like, well, so how did she get in your house? She broke in. Why is she still here? Because she said she got there at 3 o'clock. It's 9, 10 o'clock now. So, you know what I'm saying? So then, they start yelling and stuff like that. And I'm like, guys, you don't have to yell. I'm literally playing mediator over the phone. I'm like, one at a time, you know what I'm saying? We can all talk. You don't got to yell. And so I'm taking my turn. He's taking his turns. And so now I'm like asking her the nitty gritty questions, all those things that are like, what we got to know. And I'm being pretty neutral. Like, I just want both sides of stories and I can make my own conclusion at the end. I don't care. So it's pointing fingers. Oh, they're really mad because she done messed with another man and she brought the STDs and then he brought it was just so much back and forth nonsense. And I'm being neutral, of course. So then he's all like, I can't believe you're not defending me. And I'm all like, well, on our second hangout, you had me fucked up. So I wouldn't put it past you. Like, he got way too tore up. It's not even our second hangout. Our first hangout by choice. You a man, you got too drunk, and I don't deal with that. And walking all around. It's a whole different story. If I want to story time on that, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, and so then whatever. I had said something. He gets mad. He hangs up. I haven't heard from them since. I'm low-key about to call the cops myself because if what she said is true, they in danger. If he said it was true, they in danger. Either way, they in danger. But if I get an update, if y'all want an update, let me know. And she yelled out her number, so I do have it down. But again, with them legally not supposed to see each other, he on an ankle monitor. But yeah, since he's on an ankle monitor, I guess if her phone's on around him, it'll like ping something. I don't even know how true that is, but her phone's off, so I'm still waiting for an update. She'd have to get out of his face in order for her to turn her phone back on. But it's low-key giving she gonna stay with him because for her to still be going off and all this stuff, calling him types of gay and saying he was texting DLs and he was also texting, mind you, whole time I'm thinking this is the ex because he already also on the second hangout. I'm telling you, I have to make a story time about that. Literally, the ex was texting him. He fell asleep in a concert. That's besides the point. But I took his phone and I got in it. And he was like texting his ex and everything like that. Whole time I'm thinking this is the long-term ex. The whole time this is only a girl from 2 months. But she do know the ex too. She's like, there's 5 bitches. Well, don't count me. Clearly, you're not one of the bitches. And Josie don't want him. So where's the 5 bitches? But yeah, don't fall for a trick ever. And don't give up no cootie if you don't have to. So I feel like that's why she's really mad. Because if I gave up my cat and then I found out my man a trick for free, I'd be mad too. Hey, quick little update. I heard back from them. They're not beating each other or anything currently. He did say she was gonna slice him up and slice the TV up, and she was in the back talking about, I don't care, I don't go to jail, I don't go to jail. I was like I know I went to jail, but I didn't say I was gonna go to jail. This is over a man that you've known for 2 months, not your husband, not your baby father. Well, actually, that's another thing too. Allegedly, she's pregnant. All of a sudden, she's pregnant. But does that mean the baby has STDs? He has a point. Newsflash, guys, he is bisexual. He denied everything but the DL allegations, and he's like, I didn't put my hands on her or anything like that. And so I was like, actually, I didn't even ask. She just had mentioned the DL thing again, and I was like, is that true? And he was like, yeah, I'm bisexual. And if y'all know me, then y'all know I'm down for that cause. Like, I love gay guys. I love to watch them kiss. Like, I need to see that happen. So he should have led with that. Like, we could have already probably been together. We could have really had a boyfriend and a girlfriend. Well, I'm the girlfriend, but you know what I'm saying? He could have had a boyfriend and a girlfriend. And I would have been accepting you. Now you got getting cussed out by this girl calling you DL. She don't even know what you are. And how is that your man? But we both find out at the same time that he's openly bisexual. I'm trying to lighten the mood on the phone, trying to be funny. And I'm all like, oh, you should have told me that you was bisexual. You could have been hit like two mans and find a little twink to get between us. He's like, she starts going, oh. He's like, that's not funny. She's gonna stab me. I'm all like, I don't think me saying anything is gonna help you get stabbed or help you not get stabbed at this point. But yeah. And she was like, why are you still talking to her? Why are you seeking her validation? Da 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 da. And that is true because me personally, the phone would have been snapped in half. But that also made me mad about her. I'm like, you're so fake crazy, girl. Because then you try to ration me. Then you try to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, me, because then I called back and he was like, she doesn't want. I called back and basically he was like, she doesn't want you in our business. I have to talk to you later. She was like, talk to her later. Mind y'all too. She doesn't want me in y'all's business after she texted me from your phone. Mind you, she texted my line that I pay for. Now she wanna, you know what I'm saying, try to retract. Cause really she knows she's embarrassing herself. And I feel like as time passes, it's kinda clicking to her, like, you're really doing this over a stranger. Cause you don't know that man either. You don't know he's gay. You don't know that I exist. Like all the things, all the things. But yeah, so now he's texting. Y'all might just catch me with two boyfriends and just if y'all see it too soon, just know it's with that man. Or maybe they can be boyfriends. Y'all just catch me with them sometimes.
Okay, third and final update. She has left the premises. I got added to a group FaceTime with him and his friend who was there for a part of the bullshit. And yes, I got a little better rundown. I still don't trust men, so I'm still, you know what I'm saying, putting two and two together and making my own conclusion. But y'all might see me with two boyfriends. And they more accepting this time. But on a serious note, like, I don't know, his homie was fine. I seen the homie on the chat. I got out the camera. I said, you didn't tell me your homie was cute. And then the homie was like, what's your name? I'm like, ah. Sorry, but no. But no, for real. So I guess what had happened was she was mad because she went through the phone. I guess she didn't know he was gay. And I guess she still doesn't know because his friend like took cover for him for the gay messages. But the friend finds, so I'm like, is he actually gay? Because we already got the couple there. But no, yeah. So that's all what pretty much happened. She was mad. She texted me. She saw the messages. She also found, I guess, pictures of him in a dress. Yikes. So I was asking him, I was like, are you a femboy or what? He's like, well, I do both. Like, I'm a top and a bottom, whatever I need to be. But I feel like that's not true. I feel like he's just trying to test the water. But y'all, I'm really waiting for the real update's gonna be when she gets her phone back on and if she chooses to text me or not, because then I feel like, you know, she can be calmer, she can give me like more of her side, and then I can really do like a shorter but fuller story time with everything that's collected and not so like in the moment, because this is also still currently happening. But I'm also about to make a story time about my engagement, so if y'all was wondering about that in that last video, here it is.
Okay, y'all, so part one of both of my friends messing with the same guy, and I end up telling one, and they both turned on me. Okay, so I was cool with these two girls named Brianna and Nicole. Brianna was always the wild one of the group. Always loud, always trying to be the center of the attention, and didn't give a fuck who she was fucking on. I don't know why the fuck I thought she wouldn't do it to one of us. I don't know. Nicole was more like me, laid back, chill, and don't have to do too much. A very sweetheart, but all of a sudden switching up. So I'm finna just jump right into it. One day I was sitting at home chilling and Brianna called me. She like, hey, I need you to ride around with me, get in traffic, let's kick it. I got a drink, I got this, I got that. So I'm like, okay, I'll slide with you. Who we gonna be with? Cause she said we going on a 2-man. Y'all, I came down the motherfucking stairs. I did not notice who the car was. I never seen David with this car, okay? But I walked in that car, and David was driving, and his friend was in the passenger seat. Mind you, David is Nicole's baby daddy / boyfriend. Yeah, they be getting into it and shit, but they live together. They have kids together. So I get in the car, him and his homie like, what's up, Maya? Woo, woo, woo. And I'm like, hey. But then I turn to Brianna, and I'm like, we finna go pick up Nicole? And she get to saying shh, like she trying to cover my mouth. Bitch, if you put your motherfucking dick beaters on my motherfucking mouth, it's about to be up. So I text her like, with a whole bunch of question marks. She like, I'm gonna tell you later. I'm not gonna get into much of that right now, but just chill. We all vibing and whoop-de-woo. So now I'm over irritated and I'm stuck in between the two because I'm like, they both my friends, but I don't respect fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? So do I text Nicole and tell her right now that, hey, we're on a 2-man with your baby daddy? And Brianna's, I guess, with him because I'm sure the fuck not. And then I don't have no evidence just yet that they are doing something together, that we just in the car with them, and she did say 2-man. But I'm just like, how do I go about this? So I tell her, no, fuck that, never mind. I'm cool, I'm not feeling good, I want to go in the house. David turns around and looked me in my face and asked me, am I sure? I looked up his ass right in his face and said, are you sure? He said, yeah, let's drop off because I ain't got time for all that weird shit. So now me and him going back and forth because I'm like, I'm weird, bitch. Y'all weird. The fuck? Y'all. So y'all, they end up dropping me back off and I go in the house and I go to sleep. When I wake up, I get to scrolling on social media and Brianna is all under Nicole posts, like sending her eyes. She love her, sharing her pics and shit. Like she wasn't just telling me we about to go on a 2-man with her baby daddy and his friend. So I'm really just side-eyeing the fuck out of that. I'm just like, it's getting weird. I don't know. So y'all, 4 days later, I end up getting up with Nicole and we kicking it or whatever, but she just lays it all out on the table for me. She like, shit not the same with David and she's ready to leave him at this point. Mind you, they be on and off, and she's saying that she ready to leave him because she feel like he fucking around again. But I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, he always been fucking around. He never not fucking with somebody. But, you know, if this my friend, you're gonna do what you do until you can't do it no more. A deal breaker for me is already cheating, but fucking with one of my friends is the ultimate smackdown. So y'all, as we talking, she's like, yeah, like, I start going through his phone because I hear him whispering and shit, and I dare hear a girl voice, and it sound familiar. So I'm just looking at her like, I said, fuck it, I ain't even gonna lie to you. David pulled up to my crib, and before I can finish, she like, pulled up to your crib? What you mean? Energy all high and shit for me. I said, Brianna called me and told me that she got a 2-man for us, and we finna get in traffic. When I came outside, your baby daddy was in the driver's seat and his friend was in the passenger seat. And then I proceeded to tell her, I don't know if they did anything. I left. I had them drop me back off because I just wasn't feeling right. So the first thing she said when she looked me in my face is like, he do be giving hood Ubers. Like, he could have probably just been dropping y'all off to them and you got out the car and was paranoid. What I didn't tell y'all was he was in that car calling her baby and all type of shit. So when she looked at me and said that shit to me, I was just like, okay, you're a dummy. Next thing you know, she got to taking up for Brianna. Like, that's like me saying you fucking with David because you close to him too. I said, girl, when is me and him ever alone with each other without you? The fuck? And you saying that make me not even want to be around his ass ever again, period. Especially for what the fuck I'm already feeling. Like, I realized I'm more mad about this shit than you, so let me back the fuck up. You're right. So, y'all, I had fell back from them for a few weeks because I'm like, what I saw and what I heard was not delusion. I didn't make this up in my dream. So, bitch, if you cannot see this shit or feel this shit and you don't want to take my words, you don't have to. I didn't tell you to wake up and break up with him and throw his shit in the hallway. I just told you to pay attention. Especially since this person is all meat riding you all on social media. Like, she's not with your man. Probably with him right now. Today. Years later. But anyways, y'all, I fell back from that ass, and I'm like, I'm just gonna do my own thing because it was always us hanging together. But I'm like, it don't need to be no us when it's a whole bunch of bullshit. Like, both of these supposed to be my friends, but I'd have told you. I could have been just still fucking with her and been like, you know what, this is none of my business. But I just couldn't be fake to you. The same shit I did, I would have wanted her to do to me and say to me. Anyways, weeks later, we all end up being around each other again. I forget how that conversation went, but I damn near don't even think she brought it up to her. But Brianna did start acting weird as fuck when I started coming around. Like, we was arguing over petty shit because she'd be saying little slick shit or catching attitudes and shit. Bitch, I have an attitude of my own, ho. Do not play with me. So one day we all in the cold living room and David come out in his towel. Like, his bath towel is literally just wrapped around his waist. He don't have on shit else. I don't know if he had on underwear under there because I'm not looking that hard. It's just like, why in the fuck is you in here wrapped up in your towel? And you already not that appealing to me. Like, you already don't look that good to me very much. So I don't know what the fuck you doing. But I just think it's rude. Like, yeah, it's y'all crib, but her friends are here in the living room. I kid y'all not. Brianna, I'm looking at Brianna because I'm sitting on the other side of the couch, but she's sitting on the other couch, face towards his way. And she's just staring him down, and he looking her up and down. Nicole just in La La Lucy land, Candy land, goddamn it, like she's on the game board of Monopoly, bitch. This is real life, real time, and your dude is getting fucked. Your baby daddy getting fucked on my soul. Can't nobody tell me that he not. So after that, some more weird shit happened. When that shit happened in the living room with the towel situation, I ain't say nothing. I ain't even look Nicole away because I already told you what the fuck I told you. And you tried to make it seem like I'm delusional or I'm doing too much. So this is your man. This is also your friend. This is also your crib. This is also your business. So I'm just here. I'm chilling. I'm in the background, okay? Like, don't mad me. The fuck? Couple weeks later pass and Valentine's Day come up. Y'all, Brianna is in her close friends with David. Mind you, I am in her close friends on Instagram. They and that bitch laid up in a romantic hotel. And I get a call from Nicole and she's crying, telling me you was right the whole time. Now, instead of me being how I wanted to be and it's just straight the fuck up, which is tell her I told your ass so, I went over there to be a good friend and comfort her. And she told me, like, yeah, I'm going to just need space to get over this shit and I'm going to be okay. Next thing you know, y'all, they got the fighting and everything. Like, I'm talking about linked up and fight, and it was all on Facebook, all type of shit. I'm just trying to figure out how I go from y'all fighting on Facebook and you finding out and tripping to y'all all being in the bed and exposing each other again after y'all made up and all had a threesome. Like for part 2, because this shit. Okay, y'all, so I left off on them linking up to fight or whatever. I wasn't really fucking with Brianna for real at this point because she just had me fucked up too many times. And with Nicole, I was still calling and checking on her. She was still calling and checking on me. Like, even though I had fell back from her, we had got back in contact. I just stayed away from her crib, though. So, mind you, Nicole tells me about the story. She's like, yeah, my baby daddy drove me over there, and I beat the fuck out of her, and woo woo. I'm just looking at her like I already knew that. And like from me saying it, I guess like straight after that, she just started side-eyeing me. I guess maybe like, bitch, who you think you is, or you think you better than me type shit. And that was never the case. Yeah, so basically Nicole was still with him, still fucking with him, still riding for him. And he did not leave Brianna alone. I'm telling y'all. Brianna still didn't take me out of her close friends. Not even after I said I had fell back from her and shit. We really wasn't hanging around each other. And we actually started having words because, you know, she started telling people weird shit. Like, I don't fuck with her. She fake, she weird, she flip-floppy, like all the things that you are. But I'm gonna let you run with that narrative because, like, you're beneath me, for real. Nicole called me one day before I completely fell back from her too. She like, yeah. And this is right after her and Brianna fought. She like, yeah, Brianna was talking all that shit about you. Her ass was jealous. Like, she this, she that. All type of shit. And then told me, you can even ask my baby daddy. So I just instantly laughed. I said, oh, she must have said that today. That's why you telling me today? She like, no, she been saying shit. I got text messages and everything. Brianna been saying shit about you. And what you say? Why was she so comfortable enough to talk about me like a dog to you? Why? And now that y'all fought and y'all basically hate each other now, I supposed to be on your team? Pathetic. Yeah. So at this point, like, I'm over it. I dismissed her. I dismissed the conversation. And I just started moving on with my life and stopped fucking with them completely. Mind you, I never had them blocked. I never changed my number. I never unfriended them or unfollowed them yet. So they can still see me, see my life, and see what I'm doing, just as well as I could see them. And it would come to a point like, yeah, sometimes I watch that story and shit like that, but I'd be skipping them, you know what I'm saying? But I never synced them together or none of that shit for a while. So one day I'm scrolling down my Facebook jumping on a Friday night, like always, some messy shit going on. So one of Nicole's old friends is on Facebook arguing with her, and she had a lot to say up on that live. Basically saying that Nicole is now fucking with Brianna as well. Like her baby daddy is a throuple. Like when y'all just trying to the K word each other a couple months ago, like you want it off with her head. And what's crazy is Nicole is not even in them comments denying it. She like, you're worrying about what I got going on, worry about your cat, not mine. But you know she said the P word. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm just messy as hell. I'm going back to story, post to post, live to live, off my real page. Fuck yes, this is me. Hello. Like, you never have to worry about me coming from my fake page, bitch. I don't even own a fake page. I'm gonna come from my page every time. Next thing you know, Brianna get on live because now her business is out. Like, yeah, y'all sharing, and even though y'all fought, y'all just settled. Like, okay, y'all both like, we both not gonna leave him alone. So imagine you, Brianna is damn near everybody's worst enemy. Like, she talk about everybody, sneak this everybody, always got something to say about everybody, and guess what? Everybody on her ass. That she didn't troll or slept with their boyfriend, whatever, they on her ass. After all the people that was on that live, out of 300 people, you saw the queen. You only saw my page. She get to saying all type of shit. Like, you're a bum, you're a goofy, you're a dick rider, I see your messy ass, this is what you wanted to happen. All this stemmed from you in the first place, if anything. But she's not taking accountability that you slept with your friend's boyfriend and y'all were in a fake situationship, whatever the case may be. Then the girl that was arguing with Nicole, since she started arguing with Brianna too, she literally put on Facebook like, yeah, in that romantic hotel thing that was supposed to be all about you, like, I don't care what nobody say, Valentine's Day does supposed to be only about the ladies and the boys get sweeties day. That's just what I believe in. But anyway, she told Facebook that Brianna paid for their room. Brianna paid for their room, and she paid for all them decorations and shit, and act like he did that. Bitches be doing that for real though. So I can believe that. Still to this day, you did that with your friend, baby daddy. Why y'all left Nicole in the house? But anyway, back to what I was saying though. Out of everybody in them comments though, she picked out me. And like I said, was calling me haters and just trying to paint this narrative of me. Like, bitch, all this is you. So I started going in on her ass right back. Like, I'm tired of you. I'm not holding back this time, ho. Let me let you know something. All because I wouldn't be a snake with a snake. Like, that's crazy. Y'all hate me that bad because I wouldn't be a snake with a snake? What? At this point, it's giving y'all wanting me to be a foursome with y'all. Huh? Fuck out of here. Like, I'm my own bitch. Get real. The fuck? But y'all, that's not even the ending to that. Months after that, like this time, it's the winter time because this shit happened in spring when it first shit happened. Then them fighting and then getting back cool and shit was summer and fall. Now this is winter. When I say next thing you know, Brianna is pregnant by her baby daddy, Nicole baby daddy / boyfriend / the one she's writing for. Nicole all on that like, oh my God, I just gotta put myself first. Like, I gotta put myself first, Lucius. She gonna be cookie lying so bad. Bitch, you should have been her at the beginning. You know what I'm talking about? But yes, y'all, Brianna ended up getting pregnant and kept the baby. And the baby is like a toddler now, probably like three or four now. But even though I'm kind of getting a kick out of this because I'm growing, I'm not all the way mature yet. I don't give a fuck. So stop fucking playing with me, everybody. Like, yes, I'm healing, seriously. I'm like, I can't let no bullshit get to me. I'm really trying not to because, yeah, like Tommy said, I'm with my therapist right now and it's not really going too well, okay? So be calm. And I am Miss Actually Got Shit to Lose. Me. Remember that. Me. But anyway, look, I'm telling y'all, I was about to make this bitch a little longer, but it's the fact that I had to remake this video so many fucking times because my TikTok was tripping. It kept saying when I posted the video that it's under review. Like, I been posted part 2, and I think that other video was better, and I was more focused. But anyways, y'all, like, comment, share, and let me know y'all input. And I got more story times for y'all. But right now, this is it. Thank you for giving me 10K. We on the road to 20K now. What we talking about? And I love y'all. But yeah.
Imagine finding out your baby daddy is actually fucking with their home he was too motherfucking close with. So boom, you, your baby daddy, and we'll name the homeboy Derek. Y'all three went to high school together. Y'all were all friends in high school. So you and your baby daddy end up taking it from friends to something else. Right after high school, you and your baby daddy end up having a baby. And Derek honestly was mad as fuck about it. Damn, we young. Y'all only 18 years old. Y'all know to wrap it up. Like, bro, what you doing? You think you ready for a baby? This, that, and the third. He eventually came along and he even pronounced himself as the fucking baby's goddaddy. So your mom and your daddy wasn't happy that you got pregnant, so they ended up putting you at the house and you went and stayed with your baby daddy mama for a little while until she kind of told y'all that y'all gonna have to find y'all own place, and she helped you get a job where she had a job. Your baby daddy was what we call an entrepreneur for the streets. Just a moment for this birthday cake Rice Krispie. Just a quick moment. Hold on. All that marshmallow goodness. Not too much with your baby daddy and mama until after you had the baby, and then y'all end up finding a 2-bedroom, 1.5 apartment that was actually affordable. It was in a nice area, and y'all both will be able to go to work and have somebody, somebody close by to watch the baby. When y'all moved in y'all apartment, baby, when I tell you Derek was over y'all house every fucking night, you would have thought that he signed the fucking lease and that second bedroom was his. He was over there so much, it got to the point where you end up telling Derek, like, you need to go the fuck home. You need to go home, nigga. You don't live here. Okay. So, baby daddy was like, man, Derek family. He ain't just no friend. We all been friends since high school. Like, don't do that. One night, you was in the room and you was putting the baby to sleep or whatever, and Derek and your baby daddy was in the room playing the game. He got his own little area where he played the game in. So he was in the room playing the game and shit, and you start hearing sound that sounded like, and that's what you got in your mind. I kept hearing like smacking noises, like kissing sounds, like wet sounds, like licking noises. You get what I'm saying? When you end up putting the baby down, you went to the room and it looked like Derek was getting something off the floor. You was like, what you do? Because it was all the way over there by where your baby dad looked like he was coming from in between your baby daddy's legs. And he was like, Derek, what you doing down there on the floor? Like, girl, just drop my fucking spoon. So you end up asking baby daddy, what was all that noise? And you like, man, bro up in here smacking on this motherfucking drink like he ain't never tasted it before. So he end up telling your baby daddy, like, man, shut up, bitch. Quit playing with me. Whoop. Bitch, shut up. Why the fuck that shit sounds so sweet? You hear me? So this another instance. I had told your baby that you was gonna need him to watch the baby one, because instead of working the day shift, you switched with somebody, you was gonna end up having to work overnight. So the day came for him to watch the baby. He ended up telling you that he couldn't get off block. He hadn't made enough money, and just see if you could call in. You was like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna ask Derek if he could come over here and watch the baby fuck. Yeah, go ahead, ex Derek. He good for this. So boom, you had ex Derek if he could come over there and watch him. And he ended up coming over there to watch him and shit. So Derek must have forgot that he was in your close friend. He recorded himself
laying in your bed with music all in the background, doing little cute little videos all in your mirror, which you ain't really thinking nothing of it, because again, you know, Derek cool, but bitch, what's with all this prissy shit that I'm seeing more and more and more and more of nowadays? Later on that morning, around this time, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, end up going on Derek Close Friends, and you end up seeing that he uploaded some more videos. He uploaded some videos of the baby, and he was feeding the baby and shit like that. But then you end up seeing the video where it looks like he was in the mirror and somebody was coming out of the bathroom in your apartment in a motherfucking time. He hurry up and like move the view. Like, was I not supposed to see who the fuck that was? So, boom, you had already been calling your baby since about 12 o'clock, and he wasn't answering the phone. He kept on sending you text messages saying, I'm on the block, back. I'm on the block, back. I'm on the block. You on the block, bitch? Pick up the fucking phone. So, of course, you called Derek to check on baby. The baby was doing fine. Now, boom, you got off around 6 o'clock. You go into the house, you see Derek leaving out of your bedroom that morning. You like, Derek, what you still doing here? I told you that when Isaiah get here, you know, you could go to the house. Like, oh man, it was cool. Me and Isaiah, we was chilling last night. We were playing the game and shit, and we ended up staying up to about 3-4 this morning. But he wasn't picking up the phone though. All the time it was Bill sleeping with my man. One night Isaiah promised that he was gonna take you out. Now y'all ain't really had many nights out since having a baby. Honestly, you've been feeling a little insecure about the weight that you done gained. He been trying to help you overcome this postpartum depression that you feel like you know, feeling or whatever. So he told you to be ready by a certain time. He was gonna take you out. So you did your due diligence. You found a babysitter for the baby. You went out and found yourself a cute outfit and some new shoes. You went and got your nails done. You went and got your hair. You had got your toes done. You had went and got you some new perfume because bitch, you hadn't been out. You hadn't been feeling like yourself in a little minute. After you end up getting dressed, he was like, baby, I'll be there. I'm on my way. I'll be there in about 30 minutes. So 45 minutes later, you start calling his phone and he wasn't picking it up. He ended up pulling up an hour saying that him and Derek was at his house playing the game and he lost track of time. He's so sorry. He's so sorry. He do apologize. First of all, bitch, I'm thinking you out on the block getting your motherfucking money. So as soon as he came in, after he said what he said, he went and got in the shower, got dressed, and then y'all end up leaving. The whole time to the restaurant, you had a little you didn't want to let that ruin your night. So boom, baby daddy had to stop to put some gas in the car. So he stopped, put the gas in the car, he leave his phone in the car. Y'all know each other past those, but you ain't never really wanted to go through his phone. Honestly, he has never really given you a reason to go through his phone. So you ain't never went through his phone. So when he was in there getting some gas, the line was kind of long, but he was constantly getting notifications, but the notifications wasn't popping up at the front of his phone. So you end up opening up the phone and you end up seeing that Derek had been texting him for whatever reason. His text message wasn't popping up in front of the phone. He started saying, it was so much fun playing the game with you tonight. I can't wait for us to be able to pop out. And it got me feeling so good. He tastes so good. You smell so good. Maybe you put that phone down in complete motherfucking shock. So you made sure that you marked the messages as, you know, unread or whatever. And you put the phone down. He came out. He grabbed on. He started pumping the gas. And you tried your best to hide your facial expression. He got back in the car. He was like,
Like this man didn't even have his name saved in her phone. He was a nobody to her. And that's genuinely why none of it touched her. She wasn't hurt. She wasn't embarrassed. She wasn't scrambling to defend herself. She just watched it unfold like a documentary. And that's actually powerful. The less you're invested in someone, the less ammunition they have against you. The girlfriend, and this is the part that really got me, she called her, not to fight, not really even to get information. She called because she needed someone to hear what she was going through. She's been with this man 2 months, already has a restraining order, already got an STD from him, and she's still in his house at 10 p.m. after getting there at 3. She knows everything wrong with him, and she's listing it all out loud to a stranger and still going back. That's not love. That's a trap someone built inside their own head. The ankle monitor and the restraining order detail hit different too. Like these two people are literally not legally allowed to be near each other, and they're still choosing each other every day. Sometimes the law sees what your heart refuses to. Honestly, the funniest but most real lesson, she stayed neutral. She didn't ride for him, didn't clown the girlfriend, Just ask questions and let people reveal themselves. Most people would have picked a side out of ego. She picked information instead. That's actually a skill. Last thing, she said it plainly at the end, and I think it's the whole moral of the story. Don't give anything up to someone who hasn't earned it, because the moment you find out you were being played, it's going to hurt 10 times worse, knowing what you gave away for free. This whole situation is that telling the truth will sometimes make you the villain, and you just have to be okay with that. She did the right thing. Nicole basically called her paranoid, and then months later, Nicole is crying on the phone to her like, "You were right." That's such a real thing that happens in friendships, and nobody talks about it enough. The way Brianna was all over Nicole's social media, sending heart eyes and sharing her posts right after being in that car with her man, that's something to remember. The people performing the hardest for you publicly are sometimes the ones doing the most behind your back. Like the energy doesn't match, and that's always a sign. What also got me was Nicole defending Brianna when Maya first told her. That comparison she made, that's like saying you're sleeping with him because you're close to him too. That was a deflection move, and Maya clocked it immediately. When someone responds to concern with a personal attack instead of the actual issue, they're not ready to hear it. You can't force people to see what they don't want to see, and trying harder just makes you look crazy. The threesome plot twist at the end, though, because they went from fighting on Facebook to a whole throuple situation, which honestly tells you that sometimes people's beef with each other was never really about loyalty to begin with. It was just about who's winning in the situation. Maya never blocked them, never made a fake page, never went scorched earth. She just moved, quietly. And when Brianna came for her on live, she came from her real page. There's something to be said about people who don't need to hide when they move. Yeah, I learned my lesson a long time ago to mind my business. It's more so, they mad you know the info. I'm out. Now, this last story was my favorite because what you mean by what you said, girl? How denial can live rent-free in your head for so long. Like she had multiple moments where something felt off. The sounds through the wall, Derek being on the floor, the weird close friend story. And each time there was just enough of an explanation to make her talk herself out of it. That's how betrayal works in real life. It's rarely one dramatic moment. It's a slow drip of things that almost make sense. Derek pronouncing himself the godfather early on was a red flag dressed up as loyalty. Sometimes, people insert themselves into situations to stay close to what they actually want, not out of genuine love for the family. The Godfather title gave him access and cover at the same time. The date night situation really got me, though. She did everything: hair, nails, outfit, perfume, all of it. And he pulled up late smelling like he just left exactly where he said he was. The effort she put in versus the effort he matched was so telling. When somebody can't even honor the small thing, the big picture is usually worse. And honestly, the phone moment was poetic in the worst way. She never went through his phone, never had a reason to. The universe basically forced her hand by making the notifications disappear, so she'd have to open it. Sometimes the truth finds you when you've been too loyal to go looking for it yourself.